It is the first real test of the year against a 1-2 team, so who knows what we're going to get. But if you think Michigan, not even if you think Michigan, if you like Michigan, if you'd like them to beat Wisconsin on Saturday, go ahead and like this video because I'm going to tell you what. If you see what I'm saying right now and you're a Michigan fan and you don't like this video and they lose, it's your fault. You better be superstitious on this one. It's your fault. So like the video. It's pretty much guaranteed if we all do it. Thousands of likes in this video, and Michigan will win the game. Break that 20-year losing streak. Only 5 games, a 20 years losing streak at Madison. So go ahead and like the video. The Michigan Football Report, folks, is presented by BetQL. If you follow me on Twitter, which you should, at James Yoder, I am murdering the betting game. 3-1 this weekend in NFL. Waiting for my 5th game tonight. I've got the under in the Cowboys versus Eagles game tonight. If I do that, I go 4-1, which makes me probably the best sports gambler in the world. I just followed BetQL's advice. Go to chatsports.com/MichiganQL for 25% off your subscription when you use promo code ChatMichigan. All right, some news today that dropped. Michigan, Nebraska, a week from Saturday, will be a night game. They're going to get the Craig Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Saturday night ABC primetime game. Not a very appealing matchup. I'm wondering, is this the best matchup that ABC could come with in that Saturday night game? I guess. So Michigan's going to face Nebraska in this one. The 4-0 Wolverines. Surprisingly, Nebraska's already played 5 games. They played that Week 0 game against Illinois. They are 2-3. 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC from Lincoln, Nebraska. It'll be only the second time in the Big Ten era that Michigan travels out to face Nebraska on the road. So, do you like this game being a night game? I kind of don't, right? I actually wish this game coming up against Wisconsin, in Madison, maybe it'd be a tougher environment, but that feels more like a night game to me. This Nebraska game does not feel like one. So go down in the comments, let me know. Michigan-Nebraska night game. Do you like it? Give me an L in the comments. If you don't, give me a D. Give me a D in the comment for dislike. All right. The biggest question of the year. Michigan's heading on the road after 4 straight home games to start the year, and the biggest question of the year is about to be answered by this program in 5 days from now, and that is, what color pants will Michigan wear on Saturday? In the Jim Harbaugh era, they have worn all white jerseys, all white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants on the road for every single game except for one, 2017 against Penn State when they put the Maize pants on and got absolutely crushed. Saquon Barkley, that team was ranked number 2 in the country. I think most Michigan fans, I think it's like 80%, want them to bring back the traditional uniforms they wore every single year in history until Jim Harbaugh became the coach. The Maize pants and the white jerseys. I'd actually be okay with pulling out the blue pants, the ones they wore against Washington a few weeks ago. So let me know. Maybe, you know what, let's not do this. Let's not predict. Let's just put what you want, okay? So answer the question, not your prediction, but what you want to see from this team, the uniforms on Saturday, and I guess all road games. Are you a Maize kind of guy, or are you a white pants truther, type W for white, type M for Maize? I'm all Maize. I'd love to mix them in blue, but I despise the Michigan all-white uniforms, unlike very few other things that this program does. So go ahead, give me an M or a W down in the comments. All right, first story today. Cade McNamara, is he injured? Not a lot of people talking about this because mostly the people that cover Michigan football program have their heads up their asses and just do only what the program allows them to say. But it was obvious to anyone, if you watch the game in real time and you went back and watched any of the tape, Cade McNamara took just a vicious shot to the head in the second quarter of this game, and he wasn't right since then. Just a few, right after that, he sailed a wide-open touchdown pass to 2 wide-open receivers, and then was skipping balls off the ground in front of wide-open receivers in the second half. They only let him throw like 4 or 5 times in the second half. He went 9 of 16, 163. Didn't have any touchdowns. Didn't have any interceptions. Had that one long pass in the game. But you could tell something was wrong with Cade McNamara. So either it was that, hey, we're not getting the running game going, and Cade, you got to do some stuff, and you're just a bad player, maybe, or he got injured, which I don't know why. You never let a crisis, never let a crisis go. I don't know what the actual saying is, but it's like if you got a crisis and there's something you want to do, you let the crisis be your cover, right? So if Michigan wanted to give J.J. McCarthy a shot, see what he has, well, if you bench Cade McNamara, then you got a quarterback battle. But it's like, hey, Cade took a shot to the head. He was woozy. We had to put J.J. in. That's a much different story. So I don't know why Michigan didn't give at least J.J. McCarthy a couple series in the second quarter or third quarter to see what J.J. McCarthy has under the the guidance like Ohio State did with C.J. Stroud. Oh, that's shoulder injury. Really? No, they want to see what their 5-star freshman Kyle McCord did. But I think the QB decision for the rest of the season will be made on Saturday. It won't be made by you. It won't be made by me. It will be made by the play on the field. I'm assuming that Cade McNamara will get the start still, provided that injury, that head shot, isn't lingering. He doesn't have a concussion or anything we don't know about yet. If Michigan goes on the road and wins and he looks competent, I think he has stamped the decision of the coaching staff, barring like a 3 or 4 game losing streak or something like that he will be the quarterback, the starting QB for the rest of the year. If he struggles, but Michigan still wins a little bit, or if he's struggles and Michigan loses, I think you actually might see J.J. McCarthy, if not start against Nebraska a week from Saturday night game, maybe get the second quarter like Michigan did 20-plus years ago with Drew Henson and Tom Brady. We are presented by BetQL. Head to chatsports.com/MichiganQL. Use that promo code you see on the screen. It's also in the comments. It's also in the description below this video. BetQL is just giving me the advice I need. Like, listen, if you think you know how to bet on sports, let me tell you something. You don't, okay? You don't. We got people in this office that go 0-5 in weeks, and you couldn't go 0-5 if you tried. Believe me, it's very difficult. So why not have insight and analysis? It costs about 3 cups of coffee per month to have all the info you need and recommended betting. Games, 5-star games. I went 3-1 in the NFL yesterday. Hoping to go 4-1 tonight. 80%. That's better than the pros, folks. Use BetQL. Chatsports.com/MichiganQL. Promo code ChatMichigan. I'm in the BetQL app all the time. Only game they've got going tonight, obviously, is the Monday Night Football game. 1-star bet on the Eagles, but they do have a 3-star bet is the under, which is the bet I'm hoping for tonight. So I'm hoping they go under, like, what is it, 51 or something like that tonight, Tom? Whatever, something like 51. Chatsports.com/MichiganQL. Graham Mertz is a bum, okay? Never before in recent college football history has one player gotten so much clout and so much praise and prestige that he doesn't deserve off one game. I don't even remember what the game was. It was like against Illinois or something last year. He went like 23 of 25 with 5 touchdowns. He has been a complete loser since then, and the quarterback who took the job from Jack Cohn went to Notre Dame and just crushed him. Jack Cohn, they chose Graham Mertz, the 5-star, over Jack Cohn, who led them to like a 10-win season the year before. Cohn just played them in Soldier Field and won 41-13 over this guy. 18-41, 240, 1 touchdown, 1, 2, 3, count them 4 interceptions. He fumbled the ball twice. One of them lost. And folks, look at my bottom right of my screen. 2 pick sixes against Notre Dame in 3 games so far this year. 3 games. He has 1 touchdown pass, which he had against the Irish, and 2 pick sixes. Right? Well, 2 pick sixes against the Irish. He actually might have more in other games. I'll have to go back and look at his stats. But he's a complete bum. So if Michigan loses this game, which I'll talk about a little more here in a second, it really means that this performance we saw against Rutgers is more of what we should expect the rest of the year and not those first 3 games. They put up 350 yards a game rushing. Guys, we're getting close. 14,772 subscribers. You guys have been helping me out. I really appreciate everyone who subscribed 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 days ago, 2 minutes ago, whatever it is. If you haven't watched it, or if you haven't subscribed yet, I should say, if you've watched the show in the past, if it's your first episode, really appreciate if you could subscribe. Get us to 15,000 by the end of the month. We've got 29, 3 days, I guess. So it's end of day Thursday. We got to get there. So 228 divided by 3, it's about 70 a day. So if you are a Michigan football fan, you want more Michigan football content, we are the spot for you. Video every single day the rest of the year. Hit that subscribe button. YouTube.com/Michigan TV is the place to do it. All right. Graham Mertz, 2 touchdowns, 11 interceptions in his 5 games in his career against AP top 25 teams, ranked teams, right? Ranked teams. And in those 5 games, and I'm not talking about like 3 or 4 years, I'm talking about just the shortened season last year, which they played like 7 games, and then the 3 games they played this year. He's played 5 games against ranked teams as starting quarterback. He is 0-5. The 6th game is going to be on Saturday against Michigan. 2 passing touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That is he's probably the worst starting quarterback, maybe in Big Ten history, of a team that was at one point ranked this past week. Were they ranked going in the Notre Dame game? I think they were. That's absolutely terrible. Graham Mertz is a bum. And I'm going to tell you, Jim Harbaugh, I'm going to tell you, Mike McDonald, Steve Clinkscale, Sean Nua, you can bet on Wisconsin score 10 points because they have nothing going on offense. Their defense is going to shut down Michigan's offense, I think, pretty soundly. This is going to be like a 17-10 game. If you let Graham Mertz throw for over 200 yards or even throw a touchdown pass like he did with Rocky Lombardi last year, where he had never thrown more than a touchdown pass in a game in his career, drops 325 and 3 touchdowns on Michigan, then you're just the next Don Brown. So don't let it happen. Graham Mertz is an absolute bum, and Wisconsin is kind of in shambles at this point. Since they came into the Big House and crushed Michigan last year, they're 3-4, right? They lost 3 straight games after they beat Michigan last year. Ended up playing like Wake Forest in a bowl game, whatever. Won a MAC game in between their losses to Penn State and Wisconsin. But 3-4 since last year's win at Michigan. This is not a Wisconsin team that should have really any business beating Michigan right now. Frankly, across the board, every single position, the recruiting rankings, the future NFL projections of both programs says Michigan is more talented, recruits, and will more likely have more players drafted. So it's all going to come down to coaching and execution. But Michigan really they need to figure out what's going on in Madison, because it's been 20 years, and they don't play every year. Michigan and Wisconsin have gone on 3- and 4-year stretches multiple times. They didn't play in different divisions, but it's been 5 straight losses in Madison for this program. A couple of those under Jim Harbaugh himself. 2 years ago, they got absolutely their ass kicked. Maybe the biggest domination of a Michigan team I've ever seen on the road in my life. And it's been 20 years, 5 losses to this team. Last time they won, 2001. So you got to break that streak. You really have to break that streak for Michigan. The last win, as you see across the bottom of the screen, was in 2001. And I'm looking forward to it. Look, I root for Notre Dame on Saturday because I'd rather Michigan plays bad teams, honestly. I'd rather get a win than a close loss against a top 10 team or something like that. So maybe it makes me a wuss or whatever. I don't care. I'd rather have a 5-0 Michigan that beats up on a bad Wisconsin team than a 4-1 Michigan that loses to a really good Wisconsin team. That's just me. But this is a must-win for Michigan for all the reasons I've just said. This is not a good Wisconsin team. This is not a Wisconsin team that has any sort of ability to score the ball, score points. Their quarterback's terrible. It's been 20 years. When are you going to do it if not this year, Jim Harbaugh? When are you going to beat Wisconsin? This is not Alabama. This is not Ohio State. It's Wisconsin. They're a top 20 program. They're not a top 3 program. Got to win this game. If they lose this game, it's more the same from Jim Harbaugh. He inflates his chest against the home teams and not non-ranked teams at home. Sometimes they'll win a ranked team at home, whatever. But when you go on the road against a team with any sort of pulse, Jim Harbaugh loses the game. We've seen it over and over and over and over. We'll see what happens on Saturday in Madison, Wisconsin. If you want to win, give me a like on this video. We should be getting thousands of likes in this video. If you don't like it, just remember, something will creep up in your mind about 4 or 5 o'clock on Saturday. You're going to say, damn it, did I cause this loss if Michigan loses to Wisconsin because you didn't like the video? So just do it. Just take that click. You like the video, Michigan will get the win. It's probably a guarantee. I'm sure of it. They wouldn't let us put on the screen if it wasn't going to happen. BetQL, though, one more promotion from them I want to make sure you guys know about. Go to chatsports.com/MichiganMGM in the state of Michigan. If you put $10 down on the BetMGM app using that link, when you make your first bet of $10 or more, you get BetQL for free for 1 year. It's a $180 value. Yes, repeat myself, $180 value. All you got to do is get going with BetMGM using their special link there, chatsports.com/MichiganMGM, and you will get 1 year free of the BetQL advice service. So you're going to get $10 in BetMGM, and you get BetQL for free. Then you're going to start winning money hand over fist on BetMGM. It's a win-win. Chatsports.com/MichiganMGM. All right, toss up this picture. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I want to puke, okay? I made fun of Ohio State fans last week, and you Michigan students are going to do me dirty. I'm disgusted. I'm embarrassed by you. This guy, Hamburger08, says it's 20-13, the fourth quarter. Looked like a blowout. Okay, cool. But it didn't turn out to be one. The student section is embarrassing. Hamburger said it. I'm embarrassed as well. And I'm just going to say this, okay? I understand what it's like to be young, want to have fun, want to go back to fraternity house, all that stuff. It's Rutgers. But look, just sneak the booze and the drugs in. You can do fucking cocaine at Michigan Stadium. No one's going to say anything to you. Drop Molly, do shrooms, do beer bongs. No one, they barely even touch you. Just wear a big sweatshirt, okay? Edibles are legal in the state of Michigan. Just party at the game. Don't be embarrassing. Don't make it look like Ohio State. We have 30,000 people not going to a game. So if you're going back to hook up, just have sex in the stands. Just have your friends huddle around you, backs to you. It's fine. If you want to do drugs, do them in the stadium. If you want to drink, just sneak in some booze and do one of these. What else? It's very easy. You guys act like there's the cops here, like they're going to arrest you or something like that. No one cares. Just go in don't have it in your hand. You can do whatever the hell you want in there. It's literally, it's a lawless environment once you're inside the stadium, as long as you don't punch anybody, and as long as you're not just sitting there with a Bud Light in your hand. Put in a red cup or something like that. It's not that tough. Go get a Pepsi from the concession stand. Just sit there, pour it in, and then just throw the bottle over your head, chug it. It's all good. Get it done. Maybe that's my rant, but quit leaving the game early, okay? It's embarrassing to you. It's embarrassing to your school that you're paying $50,000 a year to go to. I'll be back with the Michigan football rumors tomorrow. Until then, go Blue.